3, 2, 1, and we're live. We're Kyushu live. Good morning, Kyushu fans. Welcome to the live stream. My name's Nick Saz, and today we're going to check out the Watanabe-dori area. Yeah, it's another beautiful day here in Fukuoka. It's January the 20th. And the temperature in Fukuoka now is around 8 degrees. Beautiful blue skies and no wind. It's going to be a nice day for a walk. Whew. So, our area today, Watanabe-dori. And I decided actually to start on a cross street. We are actually on Yakuin-odori. This street here is Yakuin-odori. And a couple days ago we did a live stream walking around Yakuin Station. That's straight ahead down there. And this is Yakuin-odori, which comes to the intersection over there. And beyond that, this road's name changes to Sumiyoshi-dori. We're going to take a look at that soon, but this is Yakuin-dori, and this building here on the corner, or actually it's 3 huge buildings lined up in a row, all are Kyushu Denryoku, Kyushu Power Electric Company. Kyuden, as it's known here. They occupy all this space here. Anyways, let's get over to Watanabe-dori, because that's what we're talking about today. Straight ahead is the Hotel Nuotani Hakata, and it's one of the largest hotels in Fukuoka. It was built in 1978, part of the Nuotani chain, of course, national premium brand hotel in Japan. And when I moved here in Fukuoka, I was a little bit disappointed to find out, you see there's a round sort of there section on top there. I thought that was a revolving restaurant. Unfortunately not. So the Nuotani, as I say, prestigious large hotel. I think there's 380 rooms. And a lot of big events are held there. Okay, so we're at the corner now. This is where Watanabe-dori actually begins here. Let me switch lenses here. The buildings are so big. There we go. So once again, just to get your orientation, this is Yakuin-odori, heading towards Yakuin Station this direction. And Watanabe-dori runs to the north from here. We have the hotel. Straight ahead would be Sumiyoshi-dori. And Sumiyoshi-dori, that will take you into Hakata area if you go straight on that large road here. And then the road changes names once again here. We're looking directly in the sun here. But this would be Niseki-dori. Niseki-dori, heading to the south of Fukuoka. So it's a major crossroads here in Fukuoka. You can get to Hakata, you can get to Yakuin, and head down south, you end up in Ohashi. So yeah, lots of buses. Apparently on this, well, we're looking at the crossroad here, but just on Watanabe-dori there are 10 regular bus routes flying down here. As people who live in Fukuoka know, there's a lot of buses in Fukuoka. Apparently, I don't know if it's still true now, but Nishitetsu, the local bus company here, I think has the largest fleet of buses for any city in Japan. So many things to talk about today, including, as I hinted in the description, we're going to answer the question, why is Watanabe-dori named Watanabe-dori? And I'm going to answer that question after we walk a bit. Not now. That's a teaser. Just a teaser. Got a signpost in Korean and Chinese as well. Watanabe-dori. So on the ground floor of the hotel is the Sun Roser. That's a shopping plaza. Apparel shops and so forth are there. And then there's also a bit of a shopping mall behind, or part of the same building called Sunselco. We'll take a little walk over there now. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely, as you can see looking down the road here, Watanabe, that's where we'll be walking down. 3 lanes both sides. It's definitely the largest avenue in all of Fukuoka. There we're looking to the south now. Niseki-dori. I'm getting some poor internet connection errors now, so I hope that reception's not too bad or the image is not too bad. I'm going to continue here anyways. So yeah, just very quickly, let me show you that there is a sort of a shopping center, very old school. As I say, this hotel was opened in 1978, and if you go down in here, some of the shops in the shopping center below here haven't changed much. Get another view of the intersection here. Oh, here's one of the new BRT buses in Fukuoka. They brought the Nishitetsu started using these long buses, apparently because they're having trouble finding bus drivers. So instead of having many smaller buses, fewer larger buses, fewer drivers. So while we're at this intersection here, I should mention that there is, how many years ago, but the Nanakuma subway line has a station here. There's a Watanabe, what is the name? It's Watanabe Station, I guess. I don't ride the subway that much, but there is a subway under here as well too. So yeah, we are here. We're walking north now. So major transportation hub. This huge avenue, as I say, 3 or 4 lanes each side. Tons of buses. A subway station. Taxi stands. And now we're looking at the series of Kyushu Electric Power Company buildings. Ah, yes, that's correct. To renew your driver's license, a lot of people come to Sunselco every couple of years. And that's how I know that they have those old style shops. They have some kisaten and things really from the 70s, the Showa era. Haven't changed much. That huge brown building in front of us, that is the headquarters for Kyushu electric power company, which probably is the largest company in all of Kyushu. I believe they have 20,000 employees, the power company, and another 10,000 in related companies. So Kyuden, it's called just, we call Kyuden, Kyushu Power Electric Company. I'll spin around, this is going to be into the sun, but just to give you more perspective. And these really broad sidewalks are also unusual for our city. We're coming up to a place I like a lot. Tabegoro 100 shunkan. This is a supermarket. Nothing special about that, but it's more of a commercial, like it's where restaurant owners, sort of semi-wholesale. I mean, retail, anybody can come in here and shop, but it's popular with restaurant owners, and they have, you know, larger size volume packages and things at restaurants. Oh, here we are. Here's a entrance to the subway station, the Watanabe-dori station on the Nanakuma line. This is not the line that goes to the airport. It's the other one. So yeah, we won't go in here, but this is you come to Fukuoka. I mean, it's got a lot of Fukuoka only ingredients, again, because the restaurant owners shop here. And you can see the motif, that white and black motif is the Hakata-ori up here. That's a motif of the local textile here in Fukuoka. And, oh, hey, hi, good morning, nice to see you. Yeah, you can't go too far in Fukuoka without meeting someone you know. Fuku Kitchen, they call here. Yeah, just as I say, transportation hub. Look at all these buses and bus stops. Oh, Luke, good morning. Yes, thank you for checking in. Yeah, everyone's welcome to chat away in the live chat or leave a comment. I read all the comments and do my best to answer questions. Another cool spot. This, my friends, if you like shochu, this is paradise for shochu lovers. This shop here is a shochu specialty shop. I believe they only have shochus from Kagoshima area. Let me just get out of the way out of these people here. So yeah, well, I've done some reports on this place before, and yeah, just countless variety of shochu. Shochu is the distilled liquor, not sake. It's not a brewed alcohol, it's a distilled spirit. Very famous in Fukuoka, not Fukuoka as well, but Kyushu. So again, this shop here, let me just, if you're looking for souvenirs or just want to get some uncommon varieties of shochu, that's a good spot. Okay, continuing on. What a beautiful day. As I said in the opening, I believe it's around 8 degrees, quite a bit warmer than yesterday. A few degrees warmer. It's going to get higher. It's supposed to go up to 12 degrees today here in Fukuoka. That'd be nice. I'm going to change the lens again here. There we go. That should be clear. Yeah, there's a lot of hospitals and clinics on this road as well. This is new. Lexus has a, I guess it's the largest showroom here in Fukuoka. It just opened recently. Pretty fancy Lexus. Toyota, or Lexus, has a factory on the east side of Fukuoka that manufactures Lexus cars. kurumas, cars. So some of these might actually be made here in Kyushu. I don't know. I don't know which models, but it's kind of hard to see with the reflection there. This is a large hospital building here. Also fairly new. Actually, this street is new. Well, new to me. As I've said several times on the live stream, I've moved to Fukuoka first in 1990. So that's like 30 years ago. And this street didn't exist. Looking down the other way towards Yakuin. Okay, let's make this light. The building in the center now, with the sort of round black top there, is a shopping complex called Bibi. V-I-V-I, Bibi, or Bibi. And there's a lot of furniture, specialty shops in there. That's what it's so famous for. A sports club as well. Bibi. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is the former location of the RKB television station, which we saw yesterday when we walked through Momochi, RKB. I believe the old studios and headquarters for RKB was there. And I forgot to mention, but way back, well, we won't see it now, but FBS, another television network in Fukuoka, has their current headquarters, and they've moved once as well too, but FBS TV, RKB TV, and if we go straight down, and we will today, KBC, another local television station, still has their offices and studios. So again, Watanabe-dori, transportation hub, information hub. Lots of hospitals as well. And very uncommon to have such a wide sidewalk. Bicycle parking. So the bicycle parking in most places in Fukuoka, euro, you have to pay for it. They have underground parking for bicycles and these racks. A lot of people use bicycles in Fukuoka. It's flat, basically. Most of the center of the city is flat. Very few hills. Yeah, you get an idea of the size of the street, Watanabe-dori. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes and a turning lane. If you were to turn down any of these streets, though, the buildings and get a lot more narrow and sort of a mixed area, restaurants. So yesterday we did the live stream, started at 4 p.m., ended around 5:20 or so. And we had quite a few people from Europe in the live chat, accessing. Something I'm trying to figure out, what's the best time to do these live streams? Morning, midday, afternoon? If anyone has any opinions, let me know. Okay, there's a bus in the way here, but once that moves, I'll explain what's behind there. Okay, as the bus moves, that building there is the FT Scala building, and that is a building owned by Fukuoka Toyota, the reseller, not the manufacturer Toyota, but the main reseller. And that's like, I don't know, I got some good memories of that building. They have a Scala Spazio, they have an event space in the basement. It's like a hall. I've seen some really good concerts there in the past. Yeah, so that's, and there's a really good Italian restaurant there too. So that's that. The building beside is the Richmond Hotel. Richmond Hotel is a group of hotels run by a local company, Royal Holdings. Famous for Royal Host and so forth, so the Richmond Hotel. And then you can see the Loft building. Loft is a, what would you call that? That's a hard, well, it's not a department store, but it's a lot of things you want but don't need. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. A lot of really cool products inside the Loft building there. And I love it actually. So that's a national brand there. So we're looking down Watanabe-dori, our topic for today. Let me use the zoom lens here and you get an idea of the depth. That's where we're headed, where all the department stores and big shops in Fukuoka are lined up on this street, Watanabe-dori. And not a river, but there is a canal here, which doesn't look so pretty right now, but it's nice to see some water in the city. Loft. Behind Loft is Big Camera. Huge electronics appliance store, also a national chain. You can see more of these bicycle parking stands as we get closer to the center. Yep, we're coming up to a very important major intersection in Fukuoka. There will be Watanabe-dori and Kokutai-doro. And that's where Tenjin really gets started. Here's an entrance for, well, it's not only to the subway, this is actually an entrance for Tenjin Chikagai, which is, we should go down there at some point, not today, but it's a huge underground shopping plaza that runs, well, from here basically, the whole way down to Showadori. another main intersection, and it's a very popular, it's got two lanes, basically under this whole Watanabe-dori is shopping. So it isn't just the shops or the buildings you see up here. And that's great for, actually what it's good for is in the summer when it's really hot here, and of course it's air conditioned, so a lot of people escape the heat, or in rainy season. If you want to walk anywhere in Tenjin, a lot of people use the underground plaza or shopping arcade here. So here we are, we're coming up to one of the main intersections, postcard shots in Fukuoka, the Mitsukoshi department store. And looking this way is the Daimaru department store. Let me change lenses. There you go. So yeah, let's say we've got time. We're 26 minutes in the live stream, and we're looking to do this for an hour, so we're about halfway down, or a little bit more than halfway down Watanabe-dori. So this is a subway on the Nanakuma line entrance. Oh, this is good. Here we go. So we started on the subway entrance right here. Watanabe-dori is where we were, and that's where we are now. So yeah, this is the Nanakuma line, green, and it's the orange line, which is the subway line which connects the airport. So this is the newer subway line here. We'll take a little bit of a detour here, go off Watanabe-dori a little bit, just to give you some perspective. So this is Kokutai-doro, and if you go straight on here, you would be heading towards Hakata. You wouldn't end up at Hakata Station. There isn't a straight line to Hakata Station, but along, if you went straight here, you'd go by Canal City. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. We have time. We're going to cross the street at the lights over there and come back to Watanabe-dori. Give you a different angle. They have a program here in Fukuoka where they sort of delegate spaces for people to put out flowers. I think that's part of it. Here you go. Kokutai-doro. So across the corner, that's an office building, but then there's a hospital, very large hospital behind there as well too. Freshness Burger. Actually, there's some really good restaurants down here. You know, something I'm looking for, we haven't done any nighttime live streams, but we will soon. So yeah, just to give perspective, this is the back side of Daimaru. You can still see Mitsukoshi back there. This building is called Elgara, and as I say, it's got some of the department store in it, and then it has some offices, and it also has a hall, a venue hall, concerts, what have you. In the background there with all the green trees, that is the famous green building across Fukuoka, which we will cover in another live stream. So we'll get back to that later. But today we're talking about Watanabe-dori. And still I haven't explained who is, well, it's named after Watanabe, the street, but we haven't talked about who was Mr. Watanabe and why did they name the street. We'll get to that soon. Soon enough. Beautiful sunny day. El Gala. As I said, the Daimaru department store is split between two buildings. And they have an arcade in the center. Shall we do it? No. No, we'll so much to show. Hard to decide what to show. We're going to stick to plan. So straight ahead you can see bridges. The lower bridge, I believe that's for the trains. The Nishisetsu Omuta, Tenjin Omuta line. Trains, we might get lucky and see a train go across there. And then the train station is actually in this huge building here. The Nishisetsu Fukuoka train station. So the trains actually go in the same sort of building where the department store is. And then the bridge on top of that is where the buses go, the highway buses. So you got trains on one bridge and you got buses on the other bridge. Yeah, that's straight into the sun there. Once again, we're facing south on Watanabe-dori. And now we're going west. That'd be Kokutai-doro. And here we are on Watanabe-dori. So this area at night is where you'll find yatai. Yatai are those outdoor mobile food stalls that Fukuoka's so famous for. This area here has some really popular ones. They're right there. Now they're not here now because they're not allowed to leave their carts out overnight. They have to pack them away every day. Every day. Set them up, take them down. So yeah, there'd be about 5 or 6 carts right around here. Again, when we do a nighttime live stream, we'll definitely come back to this area here. Bus stand. And that's how you know what bus stops where. Again, Watanabe-dori, as I've mentioned, is important transportation hub. So many bus stands, stations. There's another one pulling up here. In Fukuoka, people board through the rear exit doors, and they get off at the front. The building in front of us is a Fukuoka Bank building. And behind that, the white building, that's Fukuoka City Hall. This intersection here, to my knowledge anyways, was one of the first intersections in Fukuoka to have one of these scramble crosswalks. Let's see how it goes. Any collisions? No, so few people out today. Of course, state of emergency declaration was issued several days ago in several prefectures, 7 or 8 prefectures around Japan, Fukuoka being one of them. So people are teleworking, staying home, social distancing. Restaurants are asked to close by 8 p.m. and stop serving alcohol by 7 p.m. Basically, people are encouraged to stay at home. And that will last until February 7th for now. Here we go. Another landmark building in Fukuoka, this yellow gold color building. This is the IMS building, which as I said, I've moved to Fukuoka in 1990. And I think this building was completed just maybe 2 years before that, maybe, I don't know, 88, 89, somewhere around then, a couple of years. It was the newest, most modern, coolest building in Fukuoka. Inside, they have escalators that actually bend. They don't go straight, they actually curve. And what is it, Intermedia Station or something like that. They had television studios at the top. They had car showrooms in there. Really just a really cool building. Unfortunately, they're going to take it down. Like I say, this building is, it's just 30 years old. It's only 30 years. But they're going to do a complete reconstruction on it. Going to tear it down. Behind, again, that's City Hall, Fukuoka City Hall. Let's take a quick look there. We got time today. Be a shame not to show City Hall. Just quickly walk back there. This will look good. Yeah, we should document. I don't know. I think they're going to start tearing this IMS building down. And again, I think I might have this, I don't know if I have this right, but the ceramics on the side, I believe, are aritayaki. Someone can correct me if not, but there's they're really nice tiles on that building. And I think they're locally produced. But it's a special building, and a lot of people are sad to hear it's coming down. Yeah, straight ahead of us, Fukuoka City Hall. Oh, this is good. This will give you perspective. Remember we looked at the Daimaru department store in Elgara, that shopping arcade or the covered walkway there. This is Fukuoka City Hall here with a large open area in front where they have events. And that statue, straight ahead, is by a Canadian artist. I forget what it's called. And in the background here, this is what will tie it in. These buildings going up here, well, actually there were several buildings in this area before. This is part of the Tenjin Big Bang redevelopment project. A lot of buildings in this area. You can see this one here is, oh, where's my finger? There, coming down. They're in the process of taking buildings down and rebuilding. The Tenjin Big Bang is all about some, how should I say it? The building codes or laws have been changed such that developers can now build higher. So that was an incentive to take down these lower buildings, and they'll be replaced with taller buildings. And the backstory on that is Fukuoka's airport is really close to the city center. I mean, it's literally 2 subway stops. It's 10 minutes, not even, 10 minutes by subway from here. That's how close the airport is. So back in the day, they decided, of course, wisely, to have a limit on the height of buildings. So the buildings in Fukuoka have remained at a certain height for a long time. However, Fukuoka's mayor, Takashima, cleverly pointed out, realized that, hey, air traffic control technology has changed in the last 50 years. The last 50, 60 years since those laws were made, such that it's safe for airplanes to fly over an area with higher buildings now than it is, 60, 70 years ago. So anyways, I think that was kind of a long explanation, but the regulations have changed related to the airport or safety for flying over the city, such that we can now build taller buildings in Fukuoka, and therefore the older buildings are coming down and being replaced with newer buildings. There you go. My explanation of Tenjin Big Bang. There's some flowers on these trees. Got some buds here too. I don't know my trees that well, so I don't know what this is, but yeah. It's January the 20th. In mid-February, the plums trees begin to blossom in this area. So that's something to look forward to. This was the Vibre shopping building here, which is being torn down, as I said. So Fukuoka is going to change in the next couple of years. Straight ahead, as I say, is the Nishitetsu Fukuoka Tenjin Station building, which has a lot of shopping in it. As you see, Solaria Stage, Nishitetsu Hall, it's another venue hall there. And now we're back on Watanabe-dori. We just took a little detour there. But this is a good angle here. You can see how the buildings are set up here. And Parco, another nationwide chain of shopping. Here we are, Chuoku, Tenjin, Ichome. You can't get any more Tenjin than this. This is the center of Tenjin. Another entrance to the underground shopping. So there was, what is it, Bibre and Tenjin Core. They're two, well, they're gone now, large buildings here. Gone. Okay, we've arrived at another major intersection. We're now at Meiji-dori. Meiji-dori is a street with a lot of the big companies, banks, stock brokerage firms. Actually, the stock exchange has their office here. I'll show you that in a second. Hang on. Let me just give a little more perspective here. Again, that's I think what I showed you there. But again, this road here, this is Meiji-dori. Meiji-dori. Let's go this way here. And this is where most of the Tenjin Big Bang redevelopment is taking place. A lot of the buildings that are being taken down and built up again are here. Let's just pan over here. You can see this is where Nishitetsu had their headquarters. Fukuoka building, I think it was called there. And you can see that's already, that building there is brand new. That's just gone up, and a cross building down to the side. Oh, spin around. There's a good shot down. So if you went straight down Meiji-dori, that direction, that's heading west, you'd get towards Nishidori, which we already took a walk down before. Nishidori, you'd head towards Ohori-koen and west, obviously. And this direction is east. And we'll do Meiji-dori another time. That's another grand avenue of Fukuoka. The building in the background, or straight ahead, that's the Tenjin building. That's also quite a famous building, and I think it's built in the 60s, and at the time was also quite the modern, quite the building. And I don't know what's going to happen to that. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets taken down as well too. Huge windows, kind of sort of a modern style on those windows there. Some good restaurants below there. Okay, so we've been walking down Watanabe-dori, right? And I told you that Watanabe-dori is named after Mr. Watanabe, but I haven't told you why. I will, very soon, because we're coming up to something that is very much related to Mr. Watanabe. This is suspense. We're 50 minutes into the live stream today. Thank you for, there's a hint in this. Okay, I won't show that. I just gave people a hint. Does anyone know on the live chat the story of Mr. Watanabe? Don't say. I'm gonna do my best to explain soon. After we finish talking about this next intersection. We are now the intersection of Watanabe-dori and Showa-dori. So we just passed Meiji-dori, and this is Showa-dori. And yeah, this big white building, this is Mina Tenjin. It's a shopping building, a shopping center. And this other building beside it, will we go across? Let me see here. Let's just see here. Maybe I'm going to spin around here. That is the Fukuoka Central Post Office. Important post office for Tenjin. That's what that is. So I'll spin around. Again, the intersection of Watanabe-dori and Showa-dori, the center of Tenjin. Okay, so this building is related to today's topic very directly. And now let me tell you the story about Watanabe. Oh, maybe this is, I haven't seen this before. It's the manhole. Look at this. So, why I'm here is because this building is one of the, not the only one, but one of the buildings still managed or owned by, controlled by the Watanabe family. And Mr. Watanabe lived in the late 1800s, Meiji. Let me find a better location here. 1800s. And he was the third generation member of a family that sold kimono. And here, this is Kamio Watanabe Building. This is the name of the company that still exists, Kamio Watanabe. So if you see some parking lots or buildings in Fukuoka that say Kamio Group or something like that, that is related to the Watanabe family. But way back, they were kimono merchants in the Fukuoka area. And Yohachiro Watanabe, the famous Mr. Watanabe, he was a good businessman. Let's just put it that way. But a very, very, how should I say, socially conscious and modest man as well, too. In fact, the fact that the Watanabe-dori, this street, is named after him, he specifically requested, not to have such recognition. I'm going to try and find a better view. Where should I go? Let's go back this way. I found myself in a place with not the best view. So anyways, Watanabe-san, what is he famous for? He's famous for, bridging, pulling together the business community of Fukuoka. And thanks to him, they were able to construct a tram or a trolley. I think it's called Hakata Densha in Fukuoka, which linked the Hakata area and the Fukuoka area. And that doesn't exist anymore, but that was one of his big accomplishments. And very important because Hakata and Fukuoka were separated in many different ways. So that was one thing he did, and that trolley actually ran along part of what is now Watanabe-dori, the street that we've been walking down. So that's one thing. That's only one thing. Another thing that not so many people know about is Kyushu University, Kyudai. Kyudai was, it's here in Fukuoka, but there was a competition or sort of a bidding for where it would be located. The Kyushu University is one of the top 3 national universities in all of Japan. And it was going to be, the candidates were Kumamoto City, Nagasaki City, and Fukuoka. And it's thanks to anonymous, private, behind-the-scene donations by Watanabe, apparently, that Fukuoka probably won the bid. And that is why Kyushu, or one of the reasons why Kyushu University is here in Fukuoka. So we have him to thank for many things. And what else did he do? Those are something, I think he funded the Kyushu University Medical School, or something. Again, I'm not so clear on that, but he's that kind of guy. He did a lot of behind the scenes arrangements for Fukuoka, and not just enriching himself. And as I said before, he didn't plan to take credit for any of this. But after his death, he died at the age of 46 in 1911. Very young, only 46. And that was actually before that tram was completed. It hadn't yet been completed in 1911, or just around that time though, he passed away at the age of 46. So there you go. That's the story of, as far as I know, Mr. Watanabe, and the street named after him. Okay, well look, we're going to continue our walk. Whew. It's become warmer, quite a bit warmer. I'm guessing it's over 10 degrees now. It's like a bento delivery. This is a washroom. There's a yatai set up on both sides of this here in the evenings. Yatai are having a hard time with the pandemic, of course. I mean, the whole idea of a yatai is you sit close to each other in these food stalls. So obviously that's not good for social distancing. Let's make this light here. Let's try and make this light. We've already seen this view a bit. So I'll give you another view. So I believe technically Watanabe-dori finishes here at this intersection of Showa-dori. We'll continue walking down because we got time. If we head straight down, we're headed towards Hakata Bay, the port area, or the warehouse area. There you can see, that's a straight down view. And as I said, that's the post office, Central Post Office in Tenjin. Mina shopping center there. And then beyond that, it's become an Aeon shopping center. Used to be the Daiei shoppers. It's now Aeon. And yeah, Showa-dori is one of the other major multi-lane, well, two lanes on each side streets. Oh, we've done it. We've walked the whole Watanabe-dori. So this area would be called Kita Tenjin, at least on the left side. Behind here is what you call Kita Tenjin area, and that's where Oyafuko-dori is. I guess the other side's Tenjin Nichome? I don't really know. Behind the post office. Here's a landmark for the international community, or people who have been here for a long time. So this says International Bar. it's exactly what it is. Since, what is it, 1986? It says 1986 there's been a bar still in business, I believe. And actually it's the first so-called, what they call gaijin bar, or international watering holes, that I first visited back in 1990. And so that's still going strong, apparently. Take a little pan back. Again, that's Showadori. Mina Tenjin. North Tenjin, yes. This shopping center in the center here, that area, that's called North Tenjin. And then Aeon. Aeon has taken over the Shoppers Dai. I don't know the name of that street. May not even have a name. You know, a lot of streets in Japan don't have names. But that road will take you towards Bayside Place. Minato, straight down there. Suzaki Koen, that area. This side street, oh, that's a really nice temple. That modern building there